Good day, everyone, and welcome to the Team Drones webinar on cybersecurity for embedded devices. My name is Zachary Doman, and firstly, let's start with what is cybersecurity for embedded systems? Cybersecurity for embedded systems focuses on protecting the devices and communication layers that make up private broadband utility networks. These systems are the backbone of how modern utilities operate. Everything from sensors to controllers depend on secure communication to function reliably. So what exactly are embedded systems? They're the smallest building blocks of operational technology, devices like routers, sensors, and controllers that can collect, transmit, and act on operational data. Because they handle real-time information and interact directly with critical infrastructure, securing them is absolutely vital. What are the purpose of cybersecurity or embedded systems? The main goal of cybersecurity in embedded systems is to preserve reliability, integrity, and safety. Utilities now rely on private LTE networks for essential operations like fire mitigation or volt or VAR optimization, and service restoration, which all depend on secure data flow. Embedded devices play a crucial role in infrastructure. They're active participants in real-time control. So protecting them ensures safe and reliable communication between field assets, control centers, and enterprise systems. As Mr. Harris noted, cybersecurity isn't just a technical issue. It's also an organizational and strategic challenge that requires close coordination between utilities, vendors, and standard groups. What is the UBBA? It stands for Utility Broadband Alliance. It was formed in 2019 and officially became an organization in 2023. It serves as a collaboration hub, bringing together utilities, telecom vendors, and system integrators. UBBA combines technical, operational, and policy expertise to strengthen the security of private LTE ecosystems. Most importantly, it promotes a collective defense mindset, reminding us that no utility can secure itself in isolation. By working together, the industry can build a more resilient and secure communication infrastructure for the future. I'll now pass you on to Amira.
Looking at the network architecture used in utility private broadband systems, typically these architectures include several layers, starting with control centers which handle the system operations, then WAN gateways, remote terminal units, field routers, and maintenance terminals that connect equipment across the network. Now, each of these components and interfaces introduces what's known as an attack surface, meaning every connection point is a potential entryway for cyber threats. Because of that, cybersecurity in this context isn't just about putting up one firewall or simply one protection mechanism. The approach needs to be layered and context aware, addressing the risk at multiple levels of the system. This is where the concept of defense in depth comes in. Instead of relying on one barrier, multiple layers of security controls are used. That way, even if one layer is breached, the others still protect the system and maintain the integrity of operations. In securing embedded systems, utilities face several challenges. First, you have the scale and diversity, where thousands of connected devices with different platforms make consistent protection difficult. Then you have credential management, where tracking of passwords, certificates, and access across all devices can become very complex. You have the interoperability, which adds another layer. Since utilities often use equipment from different vendors, not all systems communicate securely. You have the authentication complexity, which means verifying every device and user without slowing down operations. Maintaining operational continuity is also very crucial. Security cannot disrupt service delivery. And finally, you have supply chain risk, where vulnerabilities can enter via third party vendors or components. Together, these highlight why cybersecurity and utilities must be very adaptive and carefully managed at every level. slide, we talk about device management, which is really the backbone of cybersecurity in utility networks. It starts with data collection and monitoring, which allow utilities to track device activity and detect anomalies early. Then there's security monitoring, which ensures that threats and breaches are identified quickly. Operational health tracking helps to maintain the performance and stability of all connected devices. Interoperability is key. Devices from different vendors must communicate securely and consistently. The webinar highlighted protocols like the lightweight M2M and IEEE 2030.5, which are designed with built-in security and scalability in mind. Scalability and redundancy are also critical since the number of connected embedded devices is expected to grow rapidly in the coming years. Finally, reliability and availability ensure that these devices stay operational even under cyber or physical disruptions. Overall, strong device management supports stable, secure, and future-ready utility networks. I would now like to pass you on over to Kira.
The webinar also discussed cybersecurity standards. The UBBA white paper emphasizes that it is better to build on existing cybersecurity standards rather than reinventing the wheel. So you would start with the existing standards and modify them to your use case. Some of these cybersecurity standards include the NIST IR 8259 and the UL 2900, guide device security capabilities, risk assessment, and certification. Mr. Spratt, who is a cybersecurity team leader from Southern Company, expressed that real-world cybersecurity incidents are well organized and well-resourced, which highlights the need for multiple layers of resilience through continuous monitoring, segmentation, vulnerability scanning, and staff training. Now, looking at the cybersecurity regulations and policies. The panelists highlighted that government measures like the National Defense Authorization Act play an important role in shaping how utilities manage supply chain risks. Supply chain verification is also becoming a part of cybersecurity policies for critical infrastructure, like utilities. And collaboration between public and private utility sectors is a key part of maintaining the resilience against cyber threats. The future directions of cybersecurity are the transition of 5G technology, which will enhance the bandwidth, IoT capacity, latency reduction, and new attack vectors, network slicing, which will allow utilities to create dedicated and secure communication channels for critical applications, edge computing, which will shift data processing closer to devices, which in turn improves performance but requires additional security, and future broadband security must become more adaptive, standardized, and collaborative. Finally, some key findings from the webinar are securing embedded devices are essential to protecting critical utility infrastructure. Collaboration between utilities, vendors, and government agencies is the most effective defense strategy against cyber threats. Adoption of shared standards across the community and continuous assessment and rapid mitigation against cyber threats are now fundamental security practices. This now marks the end of our presentation. Thank you so much for your attention.